Well, Surat Alaq, the Qur'anic chapter called Alaq. Alaq is the blood clot or the coagulated blood. Makkiyah, it's a Meccan surah. وهي 19 آية. It consists of 19 verses. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. The author says, عن ابن عباس ومجاهد هي أول سورة نزلت. According to Ibn Abbas and Mujahid, this is the first Qur'anic chapter revealed. وَالْجُمْهُورُ عَلَى أَنَّ الْفَاتِحَةَ أَوَّلُ مَا نَزَلَ. And the majority are upon the opinion that the Fatiha is the first of what was revealed. ثُمَّ سُورَةُ الْقَلَمِ. And then Surah Al-Qalam. So then, what's the case of this surah? Or isn't it that this is what the angel told the Prophet ﷺ in the cave? اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق. When he first got the revelation? Yes. So he means here, the majority say that Al-Fatiha is the first surah revealed. He means completely, from beginning to end. This surah, just the first 5 ayats were revealed. That's absolutely the first Quran revealed to the Prophet ﷺ. اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق. Recite or read. اقرأ, do qira'ah. اقرأ, that's a command for qira'ah. So qira'ah, someone might translate it as read, someone might translate it as recite. Bismi Rabbik, do qira'ah, O Muhammad, in the name of your Lord. Alladhi khalaq, he who created. Mahallu bismi Rabbik an-nasb ala al-hal. Imam An-Nasafiyy says here, Bismi Rabbik, in the name of your Lord. This phrase is acting like, or is in the position of an adverb. So, Iqra Bismi Rabbik, do qira'ah in the name of your Lord, means in a grammatical sense, while in the name of your Lord. Do qira'ah, and while your circumstance is that's in the name of your Lord. That's the hal. That's the position it's playing in the sentence. Ay iqra muftatihan bismi rabbik. The meaning is, do qira'ah starting with the name of your Lord. كأنه قيل قل بسم الله. It's as if it were said, say Bismillah. ثم اقرأ الذي خلق. So it's as if it were said, say Bismillah, and then recite الذي خلق, the one who created. He who created. Yani, recite those words. وَلَمْ يَذْكُرْ لِخَلَقَ مَفْعُولًا. And in this verse, Allah did not mention a direct object for the verb khalaqa. الَّذِي خَلَقَ, the one who, or he who created. Created what? It's not mentioned here anything in particular that was created. لأن المعنى الذي حصل منه الخلق. Because the meaning is the one from whom creating occurred, or the one from whom the creation occurred. الذي خلق, Recite or do qira'ah in the name of your Lord, the one from whom creation occurred. وَاسْتَأْثَرَ بِهِ, the only one who has creating. لَا خَالِقَ سِوَاهُ, there is no creator but him. So, اقرأ بِاسْمِ رَبِّكَ الَّذِي خَلَقَ. Do qira'ah, we'll say, recite in the name of your Lord. Yani, start reciting in the name of your Lord, he from whom creation occurred. الَّذِي خَلَقَ. أو تقديره خلق كل شيء فيتناول كل مخلوق لأنه مطلق. Or the meaning is الذي خلق, the one or he who created everything. So there was no need to mention anything that he created, since he's the only one who created anything. It covers every created thing because the statement is absolute. It's left open. اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق. Recite in the name of your Lord, starting with the name of your Lord, the one who created everything. فليس بعض المخلوقات بتقديره أولى من بعض. So no creation is more deserving to be, yani no thing is more deserving to be a creation of his than something else. وقوله خلق الإنسان, his saying, he created the human. تخصيص للإنسان بالذكر من بين ما يتناوله الخلق بشرفه. This is mentioning the human being in particular from amongst all of what is included under being created. And that's due to the human's nobility or privilege. That's due to the human's privilege. وَلِأَنَّ التَّنزِيلَ إِلَيْهِ, and because the revelation comes to the human. وَيَجُوزُ أَنْ يُرَادْ, and it's permissible that what's meant, yani, to explain the ayah, to mean here, الَّذِي خَلَقَ الْإِنسَانِ, yani, to say it means اقرأ بِاسْمِ رَبِّكَ الَّذِي خَلَقَ. Recite, starting with the name of your Lord, the one who created what? خَلَقَ الْإِنسَانِ, created the human in particular. So the first time, الَّذِي خَلَقَ, your Lord who created, and it doesn't mention what he created. And according to the way we're explaining it now, it means the human, but it doesn't mention the human here in this ayah. So that's then an indirect reference to the human. And then he was mentioned in particular, تفخيما لخلقه ودلالة على عجيب فطرته. Then he was mentioned in the next ayah explicitly. خلق الإنسان, he created the human, to aggrandize the creation of the human and to prove that the human's creation is something peculiar. من علق, from blood clot, from blood clots. Min alaq, from blood clots. وإنما جمع ولم يقل من علقة. An-Nasafiyy says it's pluralized here, from blood clots, and Allah did not say the singular. علقة min علقة min علقة. لأن الإنسان في معنى الجمع, because the human being has the mean it here, insan. What's meant by it is plural. يعني the type. So then alaq came plural to complement what is meant by insan. So if we have a translation, it says from a blood clot, then here according to Nasafiyy, that's plural. Like what he's basically saying is like when you say bakar like that, bakar with no tat on the back of it, that's plural. Cows. You want one, you say bakarah. Or you say shajar without a tat, that's trees. So if you want one, you say shajarah. So here it says alaq. So he's saying that's blood clots. Singular would be alaqah. So you can adjust your translation if it needs to be. Iqra wa rabbuka al-akram. Recite, and your Lord, He is al-akram, the one with the most karam. Your Lord is al-akram, the one with the most karam. Alladhi lahu al-kamalu fi ziyadati karamih ala kulli kareem. It means the one who's it means the one who he has the perfect additional karam, yani, or superior, the perfect superior karam over every kareem, over every kareem. So this word kareem, kaf, ra, mim, has few ways those letters can go. So it has the meaning of nobility, it has the meaning of generosity. So kareem, that's the description of a person who has karam. Karam is the attribute. Kareem is the description. So Iqra wa rabbuka al-akram. Recite, and your Lord is al-akram, who has perfection in the superiority of his karam over any kareem, over anyone who's kareem. So the way Imam An-Nasafiyy is explaining here looks like it means, according to his explanation, generous. Rushes to me noble, but Allah protected me from translating something right there, or else it would have come off of my tongue had He willed. But he says, يُنْعِمُ عَلَى عِبَادِهِ النِّعَمِ. He endows on his slaves the endowments, so then He's generous. وَيَحْلُمُ عَنْهُمْ فَلَا يُعَاجِلُهُمْ بِالْعُقُوبَةِ. And He gives them respite. He spares them, and He does not swiftly punish them. He does not bring torture upon them as soon as they sin. مَعَ كُفْرِهِمْ. Despite their blasphemy, He doesn't punish them immediately. وَجُحُودِهِمْ لِنِعَمِهِ. And their denial of His endowments while knowing. Okay. وكأنه ليس وراء التكرم بإفادة الفوائد العلمية تكرم، حيث قال الذي علم الكتابة بالقلم. An-Nasafiyy says, rahimahullah, and it's as if there is nothing more generous than the benefits and advantages of knowledge. Because Allah says, after mentioning that he's Al-Akram, Alladhi allama bil qalam, the one who imparted on the human being literacy, Al-Kitaba, by the pen. He taught the human how to write. He gave the human the knowledge to write. Yani, even he gave the human the capacity to do so. Just look how he created us so that we can do that. He gave us the knowledge, that's one thing, but also gave us the capacity, like he gave us the form that enables us to achieve these things. عَلَّمَ الْإِنسَانَ مَا لَمْ يَعْلَمْ. He taught the human what he did not know. He imparted on the human knowledge that he did not know. فَدَلَّ عَلَى كَمَالِ كَرَمِهِ. So this proves the excellence and perfection of his generosity. بِأَنَّهُ عَلَّمَ عِبَادَهُ مَا لَمْ يَعْلَمُوا. Because he imparted on his slaves knowledge that they did not have previously. وَنَقَلَهُمْ مِنْ ظُلْمَةِ الْجَهْلِ إِلَى نُورِ الْعِلْمِ. And he took them from the darkness of ignorance to the light of knowledge. وَنَبَّهَ عَلَى فَضْلِ عِلْمِ الْكِتَابَةِ. And Allah here drew attention to the merit of the knowledge of literacy, the merit of literacy. لِمَا فِيهِ مِنَ الْمَنَافِعِ الْعَظِيمَةِ. Because of its enormous benefits and advantages. وَمَا دُوِّنَتِ الْعُلُومِ وَلَا قُيِّدَتِ الْحِكَمِ وَلَا ضُبِطَتْ أَخْبَارُ الْأَوَّلِينَ وَلَا كَتَبَ اللَّهُ الْمَنْزِلَةَ إِلَّا بِالْكِتَابَةِ. He says sciences were not documented and wisdoms were not recorded and reports of the people of old were not verified. And wala kataba Allahu al-manzilata, that I don't know what that means. Illa bil kitaba, but by literacy, by writing. Walawla he lamastaqamat umuru din. Walawla he, had it not been for literacy, writing, lamastaqamat umuru din. What dunya? The matters of the religion would not have been preserved, nor the matters of the worldly life. And when you think about writing also, it's not just writing words, and it's not just also many languages Allah created, many languages Allah created, many scripts Allah created. Also, even codes like numbers written. Don't you have, for example, some, depends where you live, like social security number and things like that, numbers and letters, things that by which you catalog things, you know, like you go to the library, there's a way of catalog and research things. All of that is by kitaba. وَلَوْ لَمْ يَكُنْ عَلَى دَقِيقِ حِكْمَةِ اللَّهِ دَلِيلٌ إِلَّا أَمْرُ الْقَلَمِ وَالْخَطِّ لَكَفَى بِهِ. And had there not been something to show God's wisdom, but the pen and script, that would have been sufficient. كَلَّا رَدْعٌ لِمَنْ كَفَرَ بِنِعْمَةِ اللَّهِ رَدْعٌ لِمَنْ كَفَرَ بِنِعْمَةِ اللَّهِ عَلَيْهِ بِطُغْيَانِهِ وَإِنْ لَمْ يُذْكَرْ. Kalla. Don't deny the endowment of God. Don't be ungrateful to God for his endowments. That's transgression. So all of that, Imam An-Nasafiyy is telling us, all of that is in Kalla. So Kalla is rada'. It's a scolding. Don't do that. So what? We talked about that before. When you see Kalla in the Quran, then you want to direct it. See, what is it directed towards? So here, Imam An-Nasafiyy is saying it's directed towards denying the endowment of Allah Ta'ala. He says this is what the speech proves. He's basically saying, based on the context, Innal insana la yatgha. Indeed, the human certainly transgresses. Indeed, the human certainly transgresses. Nazalat fi Abi Jahl ila akhir surah. This, from here until the end of the surah, is revealed about Abu Jahl. Ar-ra'ahu staghna. Ar-ra'a nafsahu. يقال في أفعال القلوب رأيتني وعلمتني. So ar-ra'ahu staghna, that he saw him, meaning he saw himself. So it's like it's saying that he saw him not needing anything. Indeed, the human transgresses certainly because he saw him not in need. So just word for word translation there. So ar-ra'ahu ay ar-ra'a nafsahu, meaning that he saw himself, this human being who certainly transgresses, and that's Abu Jahl, because he saw himself istaghna, not needing something. Abu Jahl, it's about Abu Jahl. ومعنى الرؤية العلم ولو كانت بمعنى الإبصار لم تنع في فعلها الجمع بين الضميرين. And the meaning here is, his seeing here means his knowing. The meaning of his seeing here is his knowing. That he knew about himself, that he istaghna, he didn't need something. So here, these, what's the sort of saying? Yani, the sort of just shifted on us. So let's see what happened here. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. Recite starting with the name of your Lord who created, yani, the one from whom creation occurred, or who created everything, or who created khalaqal insan. He created the human. Min alaq, from blood clots, those humans, he created them. Iqra wa rabbukal akram. Recite, and your Lord is most generous. Alladhi allama bil qalam. And amongst his generosity is that he imparted on man the knowledge of how to write with a pen. Allama al-insana ma lam ya'lam. He taught the human what the human did not previously know. That's out of his generosity. And so Imam An-Nasafiyy told us here. So then he's telling us he's most generous. And what is he telling us that he did? That he gave us knowledge. So An-Nasafiyy says, it's as if there is nothing more generous, because of the benefits and advantages of knowledge, as if there's that's the ultimate generosity. Yani, look how Allah made us different from the animals. What we are doing now, the animals cannot do that. They don't have the capacity for that. So then, Kalla starts here from Kalla. Kalla innal insana la yatgha. The surah shifts. From here on is revealed about Abu Jahl. Don't do that. Don't disbelieve in the endowment. Don't be ungrateful for the endowment of your Lord by blasphemy, which is a transgression. Innal insana la yatgha. Indeed, the human, in particular here, Abu Jahl, he certainly transgresses. Ar-ra'ahu istaghna, because he knew about himself that istaghna, that he didn't need something. Yani, he was wealthy and he was not interested in the reward from Allah. Inna ila rabbika ruj'a. Indeed, to your Lord, meaning to the judgment of your Lord, for the judgment of your Lord is ar-ruj'a, the return to life. Tahdidun lil insan, and that's a threat for the human. Min aqibati tughyan ala tariqi lil-iltifat. That's a threat for the human being to be punished for transgression. Yani, to see the outcome of his transgression. And the style that's being employed here in the language is a shift in the pronoun, iltifat, turning, shifting. First, Allah was speaking about the human. Now he's speaking to the human. So it became from he to you. Indeed, the human, certainly he transgresses because he knew about himself that he was wealthy, and so he was disinterested in the reward from Allah. Inna ila rabbika ruj'a, to your Lord, to the judgment of your Lord, O human, is the return. So the pronoun shifted. Tahdidun lil insan. Waruj'a masdarun. Waruj'a masdarun bima'na rujua. Ruj'a, it means the return. Ar-rujua. Ay inna ruju'aka ila rabbik. So it means you shall return to life for the judgment of your Lord. فَيُجَازِيكَ عَلَى طُغْيَانِكَ, and then he will pay you for your transgression. أَرَأَيْتَ الَّذِي يَنْهَى عَبْدًا إِذَا صَلَّى. Tell me about that one who forbids a slave when he prays. Tell me about Abu Jahl forbidding Muhammad from performing the prayer. أرأيت إن كان على الهدى, أي إن كان ذلك الناهي على طريقة سديدة فيما ينهى عنه من عبادة الله. Tell me if this forbidder is upon guidance. Is he doing the right thing in his forbidding the worship of Allah? أو أمر بالتقوى, أو كان آمرا بالمعروف والتقوى فيما يأمر به من عبادة الأوثان كما يعتقد. Or if he commands piety, when he, yani, is he commanding the good and is he enjoining piety when he commands for the worship of idols as he believes? أرأيت إن كذب وتولى. Tell me if he belies and turns away. If this forbidder contradicts the truth and turns away from it, like we say, Alam ya'lam bi anna Allah yara. Does he not know that Allah sees? وَيَطَّلِعُ عَلَى أَحْوَالِهِ. That Allah, يَطَّلِعُ means aware. If I translate it like that, would say, and that Allah is aware of all of his circumstances, whether guidance or misguidance. So he knows and he sees that. فَيُجَازِيهِ عَلَى حَسَبِ حَالِهِ. And then he will pay him in accordance with his circumstance. Yeah, he will pay him for what he deserves. وَهَذَا وَعِيد. This is a threat. أَلَمْ يَعْلَمْ بِأَنَّ اللَّهَ يَرَى. Doesn't he know that Allah sees? That's a threat. كَلَّا رَدْعٌ لِأَبِي جَهْلٍ عَنْ نَهْيِهِ عَنْ عِبَادَةِ اللَّهِ وَأَمْرِهِ بِعِبَادَةِ الْأَصْنَامِ. Don't do that. Desist. This is a rebuke for Abu Jahl for his forbidding the worship of Allah and commanding for the worship of idols. Subhanallah. What a rotten person. ثم قال لئن لم ينته لنسفعا بالناصية. لئن لم ينته. If he doesn't desist, then Allah said, if he does not desist, what means if he does not desist, if he does not stop what he is doing, لَنَسْفَعًا بِالنَّاصِيَةِ. We, by God, we swear that we will take him by the forelock. لَنَأْخُذَنَّ بِنَاصِيَتِهِ. Here, taking him by the forelock does not mean Allah has limbs. But I'm translating it here, and I'm going to explain too. But even the way I translated it here doesn't have to mean Allah has limbs, and that doesn't mean it. لَنَأْخُذَنَّ بِنَاصِيَتِهِ. So that's literal translation. We shall take him by the forelock. وَلَنَسْحَبَنَّهُ بِهَا إِلَى النَّارِ. So An-Nasafiyy saying it means we shall take him by the forelock and pull him by it to the fire. So this is a way of saying that he will be punished severely. It doesn't mean that Allah has any created attribute. وَالسَّفْعُ الْقَبْضُ عَلَى الشَّيْءِ وَجَذْبُهُ بِشِدَّةٍ. This verb here that I translated as take him, it means to grab hold of something, to get a grip on something. Al-qabdu alayhi. Qabd in Arabic is a fist. So just to give you the image of what it means here, grabbing onto something like with all of your hand, وَجَذْبُهُ بِشِدَّةٍ, and then to pull it strongly. So that's what the word would mean by itself, or in a literal sense. وَكِتْبَتُهَا فِي الْمُصْحَفِ بِالْأَلِفِ عَلَى حُكْمِ الْوَقْفِ. I won't translate that for now. وَاكْتُفِيَ بِلَامِ الْعَهْدِ عَنِ الْإِضَافَةِ لِلْعِلْمِ بِأَنَّهَا نَاصِيَةُ الْمَذْكُورِ. And also here in this ayah, bin nasiya, by the forelock, not by his forelock. So لَإِن لَّمْ يَنْتَهِ لَنَسْفَعًا بِالنَّاصِيَةِ. Literally translated would be, if he does not desist, we swear we will indeed take him by the forelock, not by his forelock, because known that it's his. That's why. That's what Nasafiyy is telling us. نَاصِيَةٍ كَاذِبَةٍ خَاطِئَةٍ. A lying, sinful forelock. يعني بدل من الناصية لأنها وصفت بالكذب والخطأ. بقوله كاذبة خاطئة عن الإسناد المجازي وهما لصاحبها حقيقة وفيه من الحسن والجزالة ما ليس في قولك ناصبة كاذب خاطئ. So here, ناصية كاذبة خاطئة, a lying, sinful forelock. Summarizing what Imam An-Nasafiyy is saying here, this is an eloquent expression revealed here. It is more eloquent than saying the forelock of a lying sinner. The way it's revealed here is more eloquent than saying the forelock of a lying sinner, because the words themselves are saying it's a lying, sinful forelock, meaning he is a lying sinner. So it's very strong wording that was revealed there. فَلْيَدِعُ نَادِيَهُ سَنَدِعُ الزَّبَانِيَةَ. So let him call his crew. We shall call the angels of hell. النادي المجلس الذي يجتمع فيه القوم. So the nadi, that's the club. That's where some people gather. وَالْمُرَادُ أَهْلُ النَّادِي. So it's like saying فَلْيَدْعُ نَادِيَ. Let him call his club, meaning the people of his club. والمراد أهل النادي. روي أن أبا جهل مر بالنبي عليه السلام وهو يصلي. It was reported that Abu Jahl passed by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam while the Prophet was praying. فقال ألم أنهك. So he said to him, didn't I forbid you? فأغلظ له رسول الله عليه السلام. And so the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam stood up to him. فقال أتهددني وأنا أكثر أهل الوادي ناديا. So he said to the Prophet, you threaten me and I am the person of all the people in this valley with the biggest club. I got the biggest posse out here. فنزل. So the ayah was revealed. He says, الزبانية لغة الشرط. زبانية والزبانية لغة الشرط. He says زبانية in the language means shart. Shart means condition, or shart means sign. And I don't know if shart means anything else, because they call the police shurta. So I don't know here if he means something in particular. الواحد زبنية. الواحد زبنية من الزبن وهو الدفع. One of them, or a single one, is called zabniyah. So plural zabaniyah comes, the meaning of this word is dafa, pushing or defense. وَالْمُرَادُ مَلَائِكَةُ الْعَذَابِ. And what's meant by az-zabaniyah is the angels of torture. وعنه عليه السلام, and it was reported from the Prophet عليه الصلاة والسلام that he said لو دعا نادية لأخذته الزبانية عيانا. It was reported that the Prophet عليه الصلاة والسلام said, had he called his club, then the hell angels would have taken him publicly. Kalla, desist, you are rebuked. Rad'un li Abi Jahl, O Abu Jahl, desist. La tuti'hu wasjud waqtarib. Do not obey him, O Muhammad. Ayuthbut ala ma anta alayhi min isyanih. Stay firm in defiance to him, O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Disobey this one, O Muhammad. كَقَوْلِهِ فَلَا تُطِعِ الْمُكَذِّبِينَ. That's like in another ayah when Allah commanded the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, or forbade him, do not obey the liars or the beliars. وَاسْجُدِ وَقْتَرِبْ. Prostrate. Stay in your prostration. وَدُمْ عَلَى سُجُودِكَ. Stay prostrating. يُرِيدُ الصَّلَاةِ. Yani, don't interrupt your prayer. Don't stop praying. Wasjud, yani, stay. Yes, wasjud means prostrate. Nasafiyy is saying it means don't stop prostrating. So then it's like, Ihdina sirat al mustaqim. Guide us the straight path. Means keep us guided. Waqtarib. Literally it means, and come close. Draw near. وَتَقَرَّبْ إِلَىٰ رَبِّكَ بِالسُّجُودِ. It means come closer in status to your Lord by prostration. فَإِنَّ أَقْرَبَ مَا يَكُونُ الْعَبْدُ إِلَىٰ رَبِّهِ إِذَا سَجَدَ. For indeed, the closest in status the slave would be to his Lord is when he prostrates. كَذَا الْحَدِيث. And Nasafiyy says, such says the hadith. Yani, there's a hadith that means that. Wallahu a'lam, and Allah knows best.